So hey folks, Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammad Shahriar Al Musakim Mitul, one of the Gold Microsoft Learning Ambassadors from Bangladesh and the organizer of Azure Tech Group Bangladesh. So here today our topic is all about what is prompt engineering, and basically this is part of the Microsoft Reactor event, and feel free to actually follow the code of conduct and watch the full video. Okay, so let's get started with our agenda. So the agenda is like what is prompt engineering, what is zero-shot learning, what is few-shot learning, and how ChatGPT works, right? So let's start. So prompt engineering is the process of structuring prompts so that they can be interpreted and understood by a generative AI model in such a way that its output is in accord with the user's intention. So you might see this text and you might not understand what it is, right? So let's break it down. So you might have seen this generative AI model, right? This term, this generative AI model actually is something like, if you have come to know about the machine learning model or something like that, it's something like AI model. So which basically generates some sort of text for you or audio or video. For example, the ChatGPT actually generates some text, right? For example, DALL-E also generates some actually image. And nowadays there are a lot of AI services which provides or generates audio, video, and so on. So these kind of models are basically generating some new things for you. So in generating this, or in between this process, you have to give some prompt or some text, right? That is basically depending on the text they actually search from their database. For example, ChatGPT was or OpenAI had that ChatGPT actually had once 17 billion of data that actually worked in the backstage while it was actually trained. That means there are huge number of data which was used to train this ChatGPT model, right? So when you write those texts, something like give me a picture or give me a solution for this, so it basically breaks down all of your text into tokens, okay, and then it searches for something which it found out or not. So we will know about it into the last portion of our actually session or in the video, but before that, just we are very much eager to know about what is prompt engineering, right? So to be specific, the text you give, you have to be actually give much more information into the actually text, so which is basically the prompt engineering. Be specific, let the model know what you want to be specific, otherwise you might get a genuine answer or generalized answer. Okay, so now let's come to know about what is zero-shot learning. So what is this zero-shot learning? So zero-shot learning is basically like, if you just give actually the model, like I want to see this kind of image or I want to know about this, but you are not being specific, like just giving you an example, right? I want to know how to celebrate a 5-year-old birthday boy. You gave it this kind of actually text, right? So the model might actually give you the answer, but the thing is that 5-year-old boy might be allergic to cream, right? So the model might actually give you answer based on something like cake or something like that, but this cream is actually allergic to the boy. So if the model would know that the boy is allergic, or you want to actually plan all of the actually activities in the night or in the daylight, something like that, it might have given you much more specific answer, right? So yeah, this is something zero-shot learning is. You are giving a prompt without giving it any example or any characteristics. Okay, so here you can see an image of Bangladesh, right? So if I prompt, it is actually basically I've used DALL-E. So if you prompt this one like an image of Bangladesh, it will give you any sort of image. But if you would have added some more information, it would have been part of another learning, right? We are going to know about it, and this is basically few-shot learning. So what is this few-shot learning? In few-shot learning, you are actually giving it more examples, okay? So here you can see these are some examples generated by actually DALL-E. It gives you this kind of thing, like you can see this image in the left portion, and this is the text that has to be written, right? You can see a futuristic cyber poster hanging in a neon lit subway station. So here it is very much specific. It is not if only if the user was giving like a futuristic cyber poster or something like that, it might not have been this much of accurate, because you can see it is already hanging in a neon lit subway station or something like that. So you have to be specific. You have to give much more examples. You can also see here a Van Gogh style painting of an American football player. So it's not a picture of only an American football player. It's kind of a Van Gogh style painting as well. So you are being very much specific. You're giving the model very much examples. Okay, so this is basically part of our future learning. So now the difference between almost the same text, we are just giving it a zero shot and few shot. You can see an image of a sea. So you can see that it's an image of a sea, but you can't see is not that much of impressive, right? Into the right side, you can see an image of a sea where people are swimming in a daylight. So you can see I am very much actually specific right now, giving it much more examples, right? So there people are swimming and it's the daylight. Okay, so this is basically future learning. This is basically zero shot learning. Okay, so now the big question, how ChatGPT works. This is a very much kind of awesome part, right? So ChatGPT, if we just go and see this kind of, like, I asked ChatGPT a question like, how do I book a ticket for Mount Everest? So I know that I can't book a ticket to Mount Everest, but I was trying to be silly. So it gave me a good answer, like booking a ticket for Mount Everest is not as straightforward as booking a regular flight, right? It knows, right? So then it gave me some answer depending on how it was trained, right? So we will now know how it is trained. Okay, just seeing by some sort of example from AI21studio.com. So let's go and check out from there. Okay, so here we are in our playground, and let's start something. Okay, so as you have seen into the ChatGPT is basically, ChatGPT is using the GPT model. You might have heard about it. GPT-3, 4, GPT-5 is coming up. So all of these. So here in this AI21 Studio, it is basically free. It is actually using the Jurassic model. Okay, and we are going to use this customer one, service one. Okay, so here you can see there are a lot of data here. This has been fed to the model. So when you ask any question, here is the question. When you ask any question, what it does, this model basically goes there, it uses all of the data, and then it answers here. Okay, here you can see, like, the user said, hi, I would like to know about your sneakers. So here it says I am Mary Shulala's online customer service. So it's basically provided here. Okay, so let's give a try here. It has been given for us. Okay, so hey there. So I am saying hey there. Hey, is there any to assist me? Okay, so yes, I'm here to help. How can I assist you today? Awesome, right? So is there any of size 36? So here you can see, depending on actually all of our I would say data, I can see here shoes are available from 35, 37, 38, etc. So when we asked is there any shoe of size 36, so it basically went to the model data, and the model actually fetched all of the data and didn't find out there is no size of 36. So it gave us the answer like, I'm sorry, we don't have any shoe in the size 36. Our shoes are available from this one, right? So this is how it actually works. So in ChatGPT, there are billions of data, almost 17 billion of data, and there are a lot of questions and problems there have been there, right? So all of the information from the online possible, so was there from like that. Okay, so when you ask any question, it basically uses the same process. The GPT model fetches all of the data, and from there it actually first of all, when you give some prompt, it actually breaks it down to the tokens, and these tokens are actually some sort of small words, and then it searches from their huge data. Okay, and it gives you a good answer. So all of the credit goes to both the data and both the model. But here you have to be specific that sometimes you might not get the good answer, right answer. The reason is that when you just go to browser and you ask a question, like you have been given an assignment and you ask the question in the browser, you might see some sort of answers available. That answer is right and wrong as well. So if the model has been fit the right and wrong answer, so it might actually give you the wrong answer as well, right? So it's your responsibility to actually know the answer or know the process. At least you can verify, right? And you will see that these models are being very much advanced nowadays. So you can now see the rate of being failure is very low right now. So you have to be actually patient enough, and you have to give some much more information. You have to ask the question again and check if it is providing the right answer or not. So but most of the times it does give the right answer. Okay, so this is how we are going to actually use the AI, and obviously you have to be sincere enough while using AI. And yes, that was it for this video, and thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in another video soon.